This video has been brought to you by teachflow.app. Today in this video, we are going to visualize simple and beautiful graphs just using Flet library. We will be taking advantage of Flet library to create this kind of beautiful looking graphs straight away using Python. So with that being said, let's roll the intro. If you are a developer or a content creator looking to launch your very own coding courses, you should definitely check out TeachFlow. And the main important point is the VS Code integration for students that can run code directly on their local machine, even offline, without relying on any kind of online editors. You can also explore a free demo at TeachFlow. You can also try out open source playground. Plus, if you are interested, you can also build and sell your own mini projects on this platform. Make sure to check it out from the first link in the description. Alright, so here I am inside my VS Code. Now what I'm going to be doing is showing you how to code this entire beautiful modern graph just using Flet. So Flet is a modern GUI based library which allows users to develop web app and create beautiful looking application. We will be taking power of this particular module to create our very own modern graphs. So let me get started over here. So first thing first, you need to import the necessary modules. In this case, this is Flet, so just type in pip install and Flet. Alright, it will work now. So for me, the requirements are already satisfied. So let me just minimize this thing. So let's start by importing the Flet library. So I will just type in over here import Flet and let's say as and ft. So we will be importing Flet as ft. So as we will be moving forward, you will be knowing that how to use the Flet library to create modern graphs and interfaces. Now we will be defining two variables for the list. So in this case over here we have this one for the Apple prices. So these are the coordinates for the Apple. Like in 2005 it has 1.20. So let me explain you in detail that how this graph will work. Alright. So let me give you a quick explanation how this will work. Let's say this is your y-axis and this one is your x-axis. So what we are going to do basically is we will be plotting two different graphs, one for the Apple and another one is for Tesla. In this case, as you can see, the Apple prices over here are from 2005 is around 1.20. So this is the budget what Apple has. So what we will be doing is simply defining the prices over here and we will be getting their values over here. So we can define the years in the x-axis or x coordinate and in y coordinate we can define the prices and then we can simply draw a graph somewhat like this. So this point of intersection will plot a basic graph. So we have to give two coordinates. First one is the x coordinate and second one is the y coordinate, which we can get by the tuple. So basically we will be combining list and tuples together to get the different data. Let me show you. So over here as you can see we have a list. So this is the list which contains different kind of tuples. If you don't know what list and tuples are, then you can follow up my other tutorials where I have taught you how to use tuples and list in different formats. Now here comes the important part where we will be defining a function to create our very own charts. So alright, this is the main feature of creating the charts. So Flet library itself contains a function to create line charts. So basically what we will be doing is we will be defining a very basic function over here to create the chart with the data and the color as the parameter. And over here as you can see it will return the line chart. So we will be using the Flet line chart functionality over here. You can give a tooltip color, for example white, and this is the minimum y coordinate. So these are the stock prices which we will be setting in the y coordinates, and in the x coordinates we will be setting up the year. So you can use the maximum and minimum data for that. So for example, for the minimum data, as you can see, if this is 2005, it is 1.20, then the minimum data for it will be the year will be 2005 and the data will be 1.20. Now we will be also setting up different kind of frequency for over here. So like the interval should be 2 for the bottom most axis, and for the left axis we will be setting up the size to be around 50. And also you can customize the entire chart or the line graph. Over here as you can see, you can set the color, you can set the stroke width, you can set this curved equals to true. Now this is very important. Now if you set this, then it will give you this kind of smooth graph straight away. And if you are setting this to false, then this might gives you some dash kind of graph over here. And also we will be setting up a linear gradient over here. Now these are all the customization, these are purely optional. The main part over here is only this minimum y and maximum y coordinates and minimum x and maximum x coordinates. Now comes the main UI functionality. So here we have defined the main page over here. So we make sure that the entire page is at the center. So we make sure that in the horizontal alignment it should be in the center, and in this vertical alignment it should be at the center. Now this is the optional part, you can add the default graph. So by default, chart will contain the graph for the Apple. So it will consist of Apple prices with a blue color theme or a blue color button, and the expand equals to true, which means you can customize or expand the entire window. Suppose the users want to change the chart. So what he can do is simply click on the another one, which is Tesla for instance. So we need to implement this functionality of switching in between Apple and Tesla. Let me show you. So as you can see in this, we are basically defining a function which is switch dataset with a parameter of e. Basically we will be using this control data method over here, which is equals to Tesla, otherwise Apple. So if the users has set it to Tesla, then it will show the Tesla. Otherwise by default, as we have set it to Apple prices, then it will set to Apple prices itself. And this part is for the customization of the color, and we will be using page.update method in order to update the entire UI. Now we have to add those interactive buttons where user can simply click on it and simply switch the charts. Let me implement those functions. For instance, we will be using the row method to basically align those buttons into the Flet UI. Let me show you. So we are creating a variable known as buttons, and we will make sure to align it at the center. So there are different kind of widgets given by the Flet library itself. One of them is elevated button. Now elevated button will allow you to simply create this very simple sticky kind of button with a elevated kind of interface. And we will be setting up the text as Apple or AAPL. And on click it will basically switch the data to Apple. And even though we will be adding another button which is known as Tesla, which on click will switch the data set to Tesla, and we will make sure to align them in the center, and also we will be giving a space in between them. Now it is the time to implement where these buttons should be placed. So in this over here we have been adding page.add. So add method, we can use this add method in order to add different kind of element to the UI screen. Let me explain you what is happening over here. So suppose this is a very basic button widget which we have created. Now in order to add this widget into this UI, we will be using this method known as add method, which is straight away from Flet itself. Over here, as you can see, you can change the alignment as the center over here. And also you can simply change the horizontal and vertical method over here. First of all, we will be using a column method over here from the Flet library itself, where we will be setting up the expandable to be true. And we will be also adding the controls, which are the very basic buttons, and make sure that they are at the center. So what happened is we will be adding those buttons to the top over here so that user can simply click on this button and get started with it. Now to start the application, we have to target our app to the main function that we have created for the UI. Now this basically targets the main UI which we have created earlier, and this will run the app itself. So this is it. We have created a very modern chart just using Flet library. This is a new library for us, so we are exploring it anyway. So we will be creating more tutorials on it in the future. I hope this video was really helpful, and if it was, then consider subscribing. Hit that like button below. I will meet you in the video. Until then, keep learning. Goodbye.